Hello, welcome to the next edition of Cool New Ideas. Today I'm going to try out a deck that I think is quite interesting that I wanted to try out, and that is I got the Soul Cauldron Hardened Scales. So mixed with Hardened Scales, Ozoliths, both Ozoliths, this deck should be able to go decently wide or tall and kind of wide. So the key pieces is like Steel Overseer. If we get that underneath the Cauldron, every creature can tap, put a counter across the board. We have Hangerback Walker, which is not bad to put under the Cauldron, so you can pay a mana, tap, whatever has a counter, add another counter. So like this deck can scale quite powerful. Now we do have, of course, some bad matchups potentially like Mono Green, just because it does combo off by turn 4 or 5. So like we have to be able to get underneath it. So hopefully I constructed this deck in a way where we can even compete against Mono Green. If you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification, because we're trying to reach 1,000 subs. So please help out with that. And let's get into the deck list. So key pieces, we have 2 of the 1-drop Ozoliths, of the other 3 Cauldrons, since those are legendaries. So you don't really want to full place that. Hardened Scales is still one of the best 1-drops in this deck. We have a Ginger Brute because we can get underneath the Cauldron and give our creature basically unblockable. So that's quite powerful. Serpent, it's a really good card. Scales quite well. We have Patchy as a decent 2-drop beater. Apprentice is a nice setup piece on turn 1. If you don't have a Hardened Scales or an Ozolith, we could play that instead. And of course we have Sir Ginger as a scalable threat that if our creatures are dying in combat, she gets bigger as it goes along. Sideboard wise, we have 2 Haywire Mites for enchantment and artifact removal. That's non-creature, of course. 1 Pithy Needle for Karn. 3 Damping Spheres for Lotus Field. 2 Ratchet Bombs as a way to fight through elves, stuff like that. We can probably blow up on 1 most of the time. 3 Scavenging Ooze because it's one of the best graveyard hate if we can get underneath Soul Cauldron. Right, so everything, it just has the ability to tap for a green, eat something, gain a life. 2 Stone Brains for combo. 2 Titanic Brawls because it's basically a 1 green fight spell that at instant speed. So it's not a bad removal spell, especially since we are monocolored. That is the deck list we're trying out. See the deck in action. Forest. Ozolith, go. Carplusion Forest, Elf, sure. Forest, Ozolith, go. Mutavolt, Elf, hits me, take it. Forest, Overseer, Serpent, go. Pathway on red, stomps, plays a Stormseeker, gives it haste, hits me for 3, take it. I wouldn't mind a land off the top. Hardened Scales. That's not bad either. Cauldron. Pass the turn. Elf. Plays the Bone Crusher. So that's not really a good thing to reveal. Opponent should have kept this one up. So that way I could think you have another Stomp in hand, but I guess technically this has Summoning Stick. So it gives the Bone Crusher haste. That's reasonable. Goes to combat. Attacks. Opponent. That's not looking great. Put 2 counters on it. Or 3 counters on it. We block Bone Crusher. Tap. Put 3 counters on it. That's gigantic. Forest. Hangerback Walker. Go to combat. Attack. Takes it down to 8. Pass the turn. Turns on the Mutavolt. Plays a Llanowar Elf. Goes to combat. Gives the Llanowar Elf haste. Passes. Alright, eat the Bone Crusher. Alright, got game 1. Alright, got the whole match. Crushed him. Get the next. Bolt. Apprentice. Go. Tap Triumph. Passes. Forest. Ozolith. Go to combat. Smack. Plains. Passes. Foundry. That is not what I wanted to do. Patchy. Go to combat. Hit you. Makes a 2-2. Alright. Blocks. Sure. Ironically, now I can make this worth it. But we'll put on the automaton. Thicket. Passes. Forest. Patchy. Grow the first Patchy. Stone Coil Serpent. Hits you for 7. Chumps. Tap. Catcher Triumph. Passes. Ozolith. Leyline Binding. Targets there. Blow up the binding. It should cause it not to work. Go to combat. Smack. Pass the turn. Got game 1. Bring in Haywire Might over Iron Apprentice. Run it like that. Catcher Triumph. Passes. Forest. Apprentice. Go. Thicket. Passes. Forest. Sir Ginger. Attack, even though he might have the Virtue card. Okay, takes it. Pass the turn. Yep, I was hoping he would die to give this a +2/+2. Plains. Naturalist. Companion. Attacks. Take it. Forest. Stone Coil Serpent. Pass the turn. Forest. Archon. Passes. Hardened Scales. Forest. Hangerback Walker. Go. Up the Beanstalk. A second Up the Beanstalk. Temple Garden. Untapped. Portable Hole. Eats the Hangerback Walker. Sky Blessed Samurai. Okay. Hits me in the air for 3. Take it. Patchy. Haywire Might. Play the land. Pass the turn. Another Up the Beanstalk. Plays a Plains. Virtue of Loyalty. Commune. Attacks out with the Flyers. We block. Ozolith. Pump. But they'll still think I'm dead. Yeah. Too many Flyers. I'm going to say up. Don't bring down Ozolith. He didn't really have that many non-XL based removal. So run it like that. Forest. Scales. Go. Thicket. Commune. So play Foundry. Ozolith. Go. Temple Garden. Up the Beanstalk. Passes. Forest. Iron Apprentice. Sir Ginger. Pass the turn. Naturalist. Plays a Plains. Obfuscation. He's the Apprentice, which is okay. I mean, I honestly don't care about that card. Play the Forest. Pump. Then, Cycle. Hit ya. Now, I guess if we lose our Ginger, that's a problem. Commune. Gets a Triumph. Plays Portable Hole. Eats the Knight. Up the Beanstalk. Plays a Tap Land. Hits me. Play the Mutavault. Turn on the Foundry. Pump the Foundry. Smack for 5. Forest. Plays Samurai. Portable Hole. Eats the Ozolith. Hits me for 2. Take it. Passes. Forest. Cauldron. Turn on the Foundry. Attack. He might be able to make a 2/2 and then double block, but... Alright, takes it. Down to 6. Binding. Eats the Scales? Sure. Most of his removal cannot deal with this Foundry, so that's good. Archon. Another Samurai. Attacks. We will, I guess, eat the Commune. Beseiju. What do I want? Probably not that. I guess Ozolith? Blow up the Portable Hole. Pass the turn. Swings out. Yeah, we just can't win. That hurt. Alright, so 1-1. Let's get into the next. Forest. Ginger Brute. And attack. Island. Passes. Forest. Scales. Scales. Attack. Island. Shackles. Mutavault. Cauldron. Ginger Brute. Attack. Waste. Supreme Phantom. Hits me. Take it. Foundry. Apprentice. Turn on a Mutavault. Pay into a Ginger Brute. Attack out with everything. Takes out a Ginger Brute. Plays a Waste. Hits me for 4. Take it. Go ahead and eat the Ginger Brute. Put it on the Apprentice. Pay into the Apprentice. Pay into Ginger Brute. I guess play Beseiju. Go to combat. Smack. A Spell Queller. And a Sailor. Pass the turn. So you can deal 9 to me. And then keep me off my Apprentice. No, you probably has to stay back the Sailor and something else. Attacks with the Shackles. Passes. Forest. Sack Ginger Brute. Gain some life. Turn on Mutavault. Eat the Ginger Brute. Put the counters on the Mutavault. Sailor. Okay. Goes for tap down. Turn on Foundry. Okay. Go to combat. He doesn't have lethal. Let's see, he has another Spell Queller. Okay. Pass. I guess if he has another Phantom, he wins. Curious Obsession. That's 12 points of damage. Goes to combat. Attacks with only the Shackles? Okay. Take it. Do you have another blocker, though? Right? Because we want to turn on Foundry first. Use we can't use Cauldron. Passes. Hangerback Walker. Okay, that works. So we cast at X. So we need 2 here, 1 here. Yeah, so cast at X0. So he snares it. I mean, that's fine. I was going to counter it. Going to go to the graveyard anyways. So turn on the Foundry. Eat the Hangerback Walker. Put the counter on the Foundry. Turn on a Mutavault. Go to combat. So he taps down here. That works. Go to combat. Okay. Tap it. Give him unblockable. Got game 1. So against this matchup, maybe Brawl? Ratchet on what? 2? Is that good? Haywire might be pretty reasonable to eat the Curious Obsession. So that might have a bigger impact over those 1-drops. Cut a Steel Overseer. Actually, Ozolith is not very good. So maybe we keep the Apprentice to be a little bit lower on the curve. I don't like that. Port Town. Authority of the Consoles. That was a left turn. And then passes. Forest. Pass. Plains. Supreme Phantom. Passes. Forest. Ozolith. Go. Waste. Hits me. Take it. Passes. Forest. Probably has a Spell Queller. So I think I Sir Ginger. Spell Queller. Play Ginger Brute. Pass. Hits me for 4. Take it to 15. That's not a bad card. Heart Scales. That might debate a Spell Queller. Play Stone Coil Serpent. This has to eat a counter if he has one, right? Denial. Go to combat. Smack. Sailor. Hits me. Question is, am I just dead? 9. Hollow Fountain. Hangerback Walker. X1. Pump. Pump. Haywire Might. And pass. Question is, how do we... Any flash spell wins. Rattles. Sure. Scoop. Run it back. Forest. Go. Island. Wanderer. Foundry. Automaton. Go. Island. Supreme Phantom. So this probably means we're going to debate this Wanderer. Take 3. Overseer. Play the Overseer. Crap, I guess that, yeah, it's only 1 counter. Go to combat. Smack. Okay, he does block. So that means I will... Wait, I can't do that. So that resolves. If I fight, that means I exchange my Patchy for Phantom. Yeah, I think I exchanged Patchy. You might just stack the Wanderer, which means it's fine. Okay, they exchange. Pass. Waste. Do you hit me? Does. Okay. It's going to be a tight race. We have 1 card left. This Ginger Brute has to win. Take it. Sailor. Pumps. If I draw a land, I might just turn on this Foundry. Yeah. And then turn it on. Play Ginger Brute. Tap the Foundry. I mean, the Overseer. Pump the entire team. Give the Ginger Brute unblockable. Smack. Plains. Shackles. Smack me for 3. Take it. Hardened Scales. Play Hardened Scales. Turn on the Foundry. Pump. Go to combat. Attack and attack. Down to 9. Pass the turn. Here comes Rattles. Nope. Pumping him by a slip out the back. Another Lord. Grows the Wanderer. So I'm taking 9. If he goes full on attack. But doesn't. Attacks with the Shackles because it can't really block. Okay. Take 7. Down to 5. Hangerback Walker. If I had a Cauldron, that wouldn't be bad. Pump. Turn on the Foundry. Go to combat. Taps down there. Pay into the Ginger Brute. I guess that means I can't necessarily... I can't win. Because this pumps this up. Yeah, I'm 1 damage short. Yep. Okay. So, 1 and 2. Let's get into the last match. Plains passes. Beseju. Ozolith. Go. Mech Hanger. Ingenious Smith. Passes. Foundry. Overseer. Go. Plains. Peace Walker Colossus. Grows to Smith. Hits me. Take it. Mutavault. Ozolith. Apprentice. Grow the entire team. Pass. Hotshot Mechanic. Giant Ox. That can crew the Peace Walker. Yep. Turns it on. Smacks me for 6. And I could block. to put the counters on the Ozolith. Yep. So now we got a big thing. Foundry. What's great about this is now this Cauldron has something to eat. Play a Serpent. Pump everything. Pass. Put the counters on the Serpent. And we pass. Next turn we can start getting frisky with this Serpent. Second Smith. Tool Craft. Goes to combat. Assuming no attacks. Yep. We untap. Forest. Hangerback Walker. Grow the Hangerback Walker. And attack. I can make it up to a 15/15. Okay, chumps with a Ox. We pass. Colossal Plow. Goes to combat. Passes. We will eat the giant Ox. Pump the Walker. Pump the team. Untap. Sir Ginger. We will pump the Serpent. Go to combat. Attack. Okay. Chumps. You need to have the, okay. Pump. And pump the Serpent. Let it happen. Xaxes. Got game 1. So against vehicles, we bring in Might and a Pithing Needle. It's probably about the extent what we do. But we go down. Apprentice. Brute. Actually, Ozolith seems... We'll keep one Ozolith. I don't like that. Plains Mechanic. Passes. That was a good draw. Forest Hardened Scales. Go. Plains. Plow. Hits me for 2. Foundry. Overseer. Go. Plains. Giant Ox. Assuming Cruise. Hits me for both. Probably, yeah, for 8. Down to 10. Forest. Hangerback Walker. Pass. Deafening Silence. Not sure what that's for. Ox. Cruise. Goes to combat. Attacks. So he has 3 mana and gains some life. We need to win this game. Pump. They exchange. We take 6 down to 4. Make a bunch of dorks. And we untap. Forest. Sir Ginger. Might be safe to just pass. So we can maybe sack the Sir Ginger for life if we need. And then the next turn we could Hangerback Walker. Smith takes another Peace Walker. Cruise. Goes to combat. Attacks. Pump. Beseiju. Passes. Untap. Cauldron. That's pretty awesome. Top deck. Play Hangerback. Stabilizing a little bit here. We pass. Now we can start attacking with Thopters. Pass the turn. We might be getting this game. Peace Walker Colossus. That's fine. Goes to combat. Passes. Eat the Hangerback Walker. Put the counter on Thopter. Got it. 2 and 2. Let's get into the wrap up. So what did we learn this week about this deck? Overall, we went 2 and 2. One kind of was a very fast game. But the 2 matches we lost, like we were really pushing it, trying to get that match. So overall, I thought the deck felt pretty solid. What was not showcased in this video was the fact that I played in a different video 3 and 1. But for some reason, I don't know what happened to my hard drive, but it just kind of lost it. So I had to record it. So yeah, so overall, it's 2-2 for this build. My previous build, I didn't have the 2 Ozoliths. I had the Great Hinges. So the 3 ones with Great Hinges, it really kind of helped draw some extra cards a little bit. This deck kind of struggled with it. But overall, I thought the deck felt pretty good overall. I'm not sure how I want to address, the next iteration. If you have any suggestions at all, let me know down in the comment section. Ginger Brute felt pretty decent, especially if you were able to put it underneath the Cauldron. Even Ginger Brute getting big from all the +++1 counters felt pretty decent. Foundry and Mutavault was good utility lands overall, I thought. And having 7 scale effects was pretty reasonable. So overall, I think the weakest card in the deck actually was Patchy. So if I do make the second iteration, Patchy and Sir Ginger are probably the weakest 2 cards in the list. So I don't know if I want to replace them with some sort of card advantage piece that's artifact and synergizes with the counter theme. So, but instead, if you have any suggestions at all, let me know down in the comment section. I also thought about adding white or red. Red has the 3-drop vampire Thrill Seeker, which is kind of cool. It also has the Unearth guy that comes down, discard a card, draw a card, which is actually quite powerful for Soul Cauldron, because Steel Overseer is not a bad card, but it'd be better if it was underneath the Cauldron. So if we had more ways of, I guess, throwing away the cards we want to pitch away, we can get Cauldron act turned on faster. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know if Gruul or Selesnya makes sense, or any other color combination, but because I mean this is definitely easily splashable, since really we only have 7 colored permanents in this entire deck outside of the sideboard. So we have room to add colors, go mono brown if we wanted to, but I guess that's not really the case because Heart and Scales is just too good. So green has to be in here. But so, like I said, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification before you head out the door. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.